Yo, I was at a dinner recently and was just enjoying the food, enjoying the conversation. Um, I was meeting some new people, so when you're meeting new people, you're definitely getting a sense, especially when your first time meeting them is in person, of their energy, the yeah, the atmosphere, the energy between people. It's kinetic, it's undeniable, and you're gonna have a different connection with every person. But I noticed that one of the people there at the dinner, um, really nice person. It seemed. I mean, I only met him once, but really nice person. But I noticed that as the dinner progressed, just a lot of comments and conversation around, wow, have you heard of this person? They have an IQ of this. They've won all of these accolades. They went to school here. They have a PhD from there. Um, they're in the entire world the number one, XYZ. This is in the field of academics, but uh, you know, as the dinner progressed, I noticed that this person was just calling out several of these people. And this person seems very smart as well. I think he's sort of in that field, in that academic research type of field. And basically, it immediately clocked, which is like, you don't want to be that guy or gal at the dinner table or in any setting, or even when you're by yourself, who's constantly talking about the achievements of others and how great they are. Because, like, what it's really signaling, because what comes before words? Thoughts come before words. So you're obviously thinking about it, even if you're not saying it. But the saying it is the most kind of manifest action of it. But what does it really signal? And your thoughts signal what? Your beliefs, your subconscious. What that signals is you're just kind of not only comparing yourself, which we all do to some degree. It's part of, I guess, human nature, but it can be trained out. The negative parts of it can be trained out. It signals a lack of confidence. It signals that you're just comparing yourself, and it signals that you're putting other people, however big you want to call it, whether it's 1 foot high or 1 centimeter high or 1 mile high, on some sort of pedestal. That you're placing their physical achievements, whether it's a Nobel Prize or a certain IQ or a certain award or research, you're basically putting things that you see with your eyes, once again, going back to the physical illusion of this entire world, you're putting things that you see with your eyes as metrics for how you're, comparing yourself to them, how maybe you're not there yet, why they're so great, why they're so, otherwise you wouldn't be talking about them. Because I'm sitting there at this table and I'm just trying not to spill this all of these sauces on my white shirt. Like, I'm, some of these dishes are pretty slippery, so obviously what rambles in your mind speaks a lot about where your consciousness is habitually constituted, where its kind of habitat is. And obviously when you say it out, when you speak it out, it becomes more manifest. And I understand there's just, dinner conversation, people want to have something to talk about, but there's another lesson to be learned, or wisdom, in the vein of silence is amazing. Sometimes just let it ride, let it be awkward. Who cares? I think people are so often concerned around silence, especially when meeting new people, that they just end up saying useless stuff. And as we know, useless speech that doesn't add anything to the conversation, speech that is just said for the sake of saying it, it's considered evil speech. And evil speech will come back to haunt you in the most unexpected ways. So another point is, by the third or fourth comment of this guy speaking about other people, other people's great achievements, it's not overt, like it's not as like overt as just like saying something negative, outright negative, but it does bring down the vibe of the room, you see, because it's not present. It's not talking about, hey, like what's going on with you, like, what are you working on, how your children, how's your fitness, whatever. It's talking about people who aren't even in the room, who you don't even know who they are, and at the end of the day, it's just gossip, is it not? I mean, like, whether you're talking poorly about someone or talking great about someone, at a certain point, once like the words reach maybe like 10 about someone else, it really shows that your consciousness is more focused not only on the outside world, but also just on other people. And they're all an illusion anyway. So it's also not a surprise that this individual, I'm sure they're a very smart and very nice person, you just, you get the sense of, just a little bit of, very insecure, honestly. And nothing wrong with that. Like, we're all insecure in our own ways, and our spiritual work is to work through all of that. But it's something to pay attention to, even in ourselves. We all have it to some degree, where we see the achievements or how the world props up others, what they have in the physical world, whether it's a certain net worth or achievements, family, looks, whatever. And we start to, even if it's 1 millimeter high, put them on some sort of pedestal. But remember, no one is above God. That's the whole point of no false idols. You hear this all the time in spiritual texts, etc. No false idols. What is one aspect of that? One major aspect of it is not making anything even one step above the source of it all, which is the Creator. And especially when you're judging people and giving them merits or demerits based on what they've done in this illusory physical world, it's all a big illusion anyway, and then you create that pedestal, it's almost like a double sin, a double missing the mark, a double whammy. So that's just a little consciousness in terms of we're always best to keep our minds and our hearts at home, focus on our own spiritual work, focus on my insecurities, my darkness, my negative tendencies, my reactive behavior, my own lack. Let me focus there. And it's painful, I understand. But sitting in the pain and knowing that it is good is the whole formula. And focusing there as opposed to looking out into the world and then maybe distracting yourself or creating some sort of comparison game, and then in your mind psychologically being like, you know what, I'm going to get that Nobel Prize. I'm just going to work harder, study harder, publish all these papers. Or this can literally apply to anything, family, sports, what you see on social media, your artist career, whatever. It's like the game applies to all of us. But instead of turning out and then doing action in the physical world like a chicken with your head cut off, it feels good because it feels like you're doing something. But actually, you're just avoiding your duty. Your duty is to turn inward, horse blinder, shut off the world, and focus on yourself. Like, not in the selfish way, but in a sense, you are the center of your consciousness. In the sense of your only job here in this physical world is to elevate your negativity and work on your stuff, basically. And when you do, you'll naturally, unconditionally love other people. You'll naturally focus on sharing your gifts, bringing love to the world, bringing value to the world, all that stuff. But it's just backwards to try to, once again, get or achieve or do things in the external world to make you feel better about your insecurities, because they're never gonna, it's an infinite game, it's never gonna heal itself. So it also says a lot to this individual at the dinner, outside of all these comparison comments and talking about other people, was also just like, you could say complaining a lot about the weather. It's hot right now. It is hot. I'm sweating, but I love it. It's great. You know, gonna go home, take a nice shower, have some sort of iced beverage. But almost like 4 or 5 times throughout this conversation, this person is complaining about the weather, and complaining is one of the most overt forms of evil speech. Like, it's just saying that the situation is not good, but it is good. So bless this individual. Bless all of us, because we all have evil tongue within us, evil thoughts. But they can and shall and will be cleansed, because everything is good. So it's a beautiful, sweaty day.